Hello, cereal heads. Time for another edition of Cereal Snacks. And boy, oh boy, do I have an interesting one today. Now, cereal snacks, or snacks based on cereals, have really been hitting the market everywhere. Every time I go into the store, I'm finding something more and more and more, and I'm picking up a ton of cereal-based snacks. And a lot of them we're going to be featuring on this very segment that we call Cereal Snacks. Welcome to it. So today, and I'm really eager to see what these are going to be like. So today is going to be an A is for Apple, J is for Jack's Day, as we dip into the world of Kellogg's and see what is up with these jumbo snacks from Kellogg's, the Apple Jacks Jumbo Snacks. And for an extra added bonus, Apple Jacks cereal bars. Now, we all know how I feel about cereal bars. They're really good if you do it right. And the Lucky Charms cereal bars were actually pretty tasty. But you saw my reaction on those about their appearances. And yeah, one out of the whole box looked really decent. The other ones looked kind of melted together. And I think that's because all the Marbits were still, or like the product in the bars was still warm, like really, really warm when they added the Marbits to it. And so it kind of melted. That's just, I mean, they look nothing like they did in the box, but we're going to go for a cereal bar first, and I'm going to see how well these things taste. It's been a long time since I had Apple Jacks. Not going to lie. Ooh. Okay, so right away I see it's a little tiny bar, so you're expected to get not much of a big snack on these. You're going to have to carry 2 or 3 of these. But check out the color of those. And I don't remember Apple Jacks being that color. And if you look, there's like the green specks in between the here and there. And then on the back, of course, I think that's white chocolate. It's supposed to signify what the milk is supposed to taste like, but you know, I'm kind of skeptical on how these look, but let's see how well they taste. Honestly, I'm not really tasting anything except for the white chocolate down below. There is a little tiny taste of the Apple Jacks, but not strong enough to where it really stands out among the bottom part here. Yeah. So there's not much difference in one of these than a white chocolate candy bar from Nestle. Not much difference. I mean, I guess you can label this anything. You can label this Captain Crunch. You can label this Frosted Flakes. It still won't change the fact that, you know, you really can't taste anything other than the white chocolate. Well, I guess it's not bad if you're hungry enough and you really want a snack like right now. But if you're looking for something reminiscent to the old Apple Jack cereal, I'd keep looking. Which brings us to the jumbo snacks. Now, I kind of like these jumbo snacks. They're giant versions of the cereals that you grew up with and know and love so well. And that's about the size of that one. So, nothing really majorly jumbo about these. Just maybe twice the size of the average Apple Jack cereal piece. And as you can see, that's what the inside of the bag looks like. So you can see that there's the same colored rings. I don't even see much of the specs that usually you find on the cereal pieces, like the little green specks. I see red specks, no green specks. Maybe they're using red apples instead of green. Who knows? But let's see how well they taste. Yep. So, basically all it is just a giant version of the cereal. There's nothing really different in the flavor of these compared to the actual cereal. The only thing is bigger pieces. Now, there's something else I'm wondering too. Like, take a look at the bag. And what I like to do is I like to compare the pieces you get to the pieces that are on the bag. And right away, you're under the impression that this is the size that they are. I mean, look at those honeycomb pieces, the jumbo honeycomb pieces. They were true to their nature, and they were huge. These guys aren't as big as what I thought they would be. And look, you compare it to the bag, and you could probably fit two of them side by side to make up one of these on the bag. You know? Look at that. So, would I go around eating these as a snack? Yeah, I could take it on the go. Well, it's not that bad. It kind of saves me the trouble of, having to bring a big honking box of Apple Jacks with me if I want to snack on some cereal, but, I like the idea that you can take these on the go. Other than that, it's just cereal. I mean, you can put it to milk. It was just like the cereal you would eat out of the box. So, am I a little disappointed with the Apple Jack snacks? A little bit. A little bit. But, the way I see it, I still like the idea that you could take cereal on the go and actually enjoy it without making a few head turns and a few bewildered looks, wondering why the heck are you eating a box of dry cereal when you can eat it from a small bag. But it's the same exact product. Well, I don't see any other Apple Jacks related snacks. And I'm going to finish this later because I do like Apple Jacks. I'm just going to finish those later. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do though. I'm going to give these cereal bars one more chance. I'm going to pull up a different one and see if maybe the flavor would be stronger in one than in the other, because you never know what happens in the manufacture of these things. You never know if all the flavor goes to one and not enough on the other. You never know if maybe the ingredients are, uneven. But we'll soon see. Yeah, same exact bar as before. It's very soft. I mean, this one has a little more flavor than the other one did. I guess maybe you need to eat two of these in order for the flavor to sort of settle into your taste buds. But it also might not have helped that I've had the actual jumbo pieces prior to eating that bar. So maybe there's the trick to it. Maybe you buy the jumbo snacks, and then you have one of these, and you'll have that ongoing Applejack flavor rushing through your mouth. But now, what I want to do is I want to take another bar, and like before, I want to compare it to the size on the box. So this is the bar that's on the box right there. You see it? And the size of the bar, which is a bit smaller. As you can see, comparing the two together, slightly smaller, not by much though. So it doesn't really give you the wrong impression just by looking at this that the bars are going to be like that anyway. But how can you compare the size to the characters holding the bar? Because that's usually a good comparison at that. So technically speaking, these bars are a hell of a lot bigger on the box, mainly because they're size comparing the characters holding the product. And for this to be that big, because you gotta understand, those characters are only like that tall. And so if they can hold it like normal, they're not even having a hard time balancing it. That looks, but it looks pretty, big for at least those characters. But I don't know, maybe if some, like a cinnamon stick that tall was like holding onto this, it still seems a little smaller than what it could have been compared to the size of the bar on the box. Granted, they're not teetering and tottering it and trying to keep it, balanced while they lift it, and they're not having a struggle with keeping it in frame on the box but I don't know. I think I'm just grasping at straws with that one. So, yeah. I mean, I taste Applejack in this one too. So I guess in a way, this does have that Applejack's flavor that's very reminiscent to the original cereal. And it's really good. If you like Applejacks, stop in and pick some up. I just wouldn't really be too disappointed if your first bar tastes flavorless, but your second and third bar are going to taste great. And they keep getting better with every bar I ate. So far I ate, half the box? 3 of them. I just ate 3 of them. And the flavor does improve with every bar. So either the flavor does get stronger after you eat more, or those flavors are just getting stronger because they're made that way, and the first bar I had was a little weak in comparison to these two. It's hard to tell. All I can say is, for a good cereal snack, this is really good to help you remember those days of old when Applejack cereal was on like pretty much a very common cereal in everybody's kitchens. Might not have been very common in my kitchen because, like I said, my go-to cereals were always Cap'n Crunch Berries, Smurf Berry Crunch, and Pac-Man cereal, Nintendo cereal, Ghostbusters cereal. I've always went for the nostalgic. I've always went for the iconic cereals of that time. Donkey Kong came out with a cereal. I was into that too. Mr. T, I tried 1 box of that. That was okay for me. All I tasted, it was like corn pops, only in the shape of T's. And that was pretty much it. So, in general, I had a lot of go-to cereals. A lot of great memories came from those go-to cereals. And some of them they don't make anymore that I wish they would make variants of in maybe other styles to bring them more current, but to have the same flavor, you know what I mean? Like Smurf Berry Crunch could be considered to be something else that's current, but just keep the same flavor, or Ghostbusters cereal. I mean, okay, how many Ghostbusters movies have we had recently when we discontinued Ghostbusters cereal and then we had like a couple more Ghostbusters movie. You could easily have re-released Ghostbusters cereal during those 2 times, but they didn't. You could easily have re-released the Ecto C, the Ecto Cooler, High C Ecto Cooler. You could have re-released that during the new movie promotions. You could have redone a lot of things, but they didn't. But I guess in a way it's a good thing that they don't stick around, because it really helps us remember and hold on to those memories that we had when we were growing up. And some of the flavors that we experienced back then are non-existent today, mainly because we want to cherish those flavors. We don't want to grow old with these flavors, because we would get tired of those flavors. Those flavors could change if the formula changes. You know, it's not going to be the same 10 years down the road. So in a way, it's a good thing that they remove the good cereals and the good flavors and the good products from the market, so that we can remember them as they were, not as they could be years down the road when they screw everything up on the formula. So I guess in a way, it's a good thing to remember these things. And, well, with Applejack cereal, you know you're always going to find a box in your favorite grocery store. And that's a good thing about these. The formula changes on these, and this is a perfect example. The formula changed on these things so many times that it's not even the same cereal as it was when I was growing up. But it's still good, though. I won't lie, it's still good. They're still iconic cereals. So, all in all, I would have to give this product, I want to say 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 stars out of 5. Mainly because you don't get a sensation when you first bite into it. And that's what I really like to see in a snack. The sensation of that first bite. And you don't get that here. You have to wait 2 or 3 bars down the road in order to get the sensation. So, you know, it's like I have to earn the right to my childhood flavors. With the Apple Jacks Jumbos, I was kind of let down the fact that these pieces aren't really that jumbo. They're really actually quite tiny. And to call these jumbo, why not just have it regular Apple Jacks? Unless the loops have gotten smaller over the years and I just haven't seen an actual box of Apple Jacks in a long time. But if I'm not mistaken, these are about twice the size as they are, and has always been. So, are these jumbo? No. Far from it. But at least they taste good. And you can carry it around with you. It's portable, so you can carry it with you. So, again, 3.5 out of 5 stars. 3.5 out of 5 go to Apple Jacks from Kellogg's. And that is today's cereal snacks. So, from all of us here, wishing all of you cereal heads out there a better tomorrow, and may it be fulfilled with your favorite cereal. And always remember, keep scouring that supermarket and keep your eye on the prize.